here, folks. God bless you. Thank you for joining me. We'll be going over in this video how to install preaching. So how do we get preaching titles and slides into our live stream script? So we've gone through songs, we've gone through announcements, and then we get down into preachings. So preaching, we've got two here. So I want you to pay particular attention to bilingual preaching and bilingual preaching stream. The English and the Spanish preaching have not been updated yet. They will also reflect the same format. So we'll have, instead of bilingual preaching and bilingual preaching stream, it'll be English preaching stream, or Spanish preaching stream. So we'll jump right into here, bilingual preaching. So say we're here. I'm going to delete all these verses. We don't need them, right? We get to this blank page. Oh snap, there's nothing here, so we're going to want to press the plus sign, add a new slide. Stream, it's already got one slide in there, so we're all set. So what I want to do here is we're going to want to take the title slide. So our title slide will either be downloaded from our Gmail, as attachment, more than likely. If it's not there, chances are I didn't get the title from the preacher before getting to you, so you may have to come and create your own title. My recommendation is to go into Canva. So all you're going to do is want to type canva.com, canva.com. As soon as you press C, it should come up, brings you this home page. We'll hit create a design, desktop wallpaper, because that will be the right size and format for our screens in church and on the live stream. Here we've got a couple options. So we can go to photos. Here we can search millions of photos, as this search bar says. So let's say we're looking for a cross, see any pictures we like. We click them once and they'll show up on this screen. Now there are stuff that says pro. Ignore those pro. We don't want to click on those because that will charge our account. We want to use anything free here because there's a lot of free good pictures. But yeah, let's say we like this one. You just click the picture once, it shows up right here. So you can go over here, you can click and you can adjust and make it fit the whole screen exactly where you like it. Let's say we're done with that. Now say, actually, oh, a mistake, I clicked off. How do I adjust this again? You'll want, this doesn't bring up, the bounding box, so you can adjust it. So what you'll want to do is double click it, which then brings you back into this screen where you can move it and adjust it as such. Click done, and then you'll want to go down to text, find a text that you like, anything that's free. Maybe you like the top, a gift, but you don't like the bottom, or maybe you like the bottom text and not the top text. Each one of these that's a different text is its own text box. So when I click and bring it in, you can see here there's two different text boxes. There's a gift and just for you. So you can go in here and adjust each accordingly. You can also go up here and say ungroup, which takes the boxes and separates them. So then I can type, just for you, and I can type the, Jesus saves. Say that's the title. Then I can go, and I like this font, change the color if I like to. I can click over here and make it whatever size I want to. I can also, depending on the type of font, I can make it bold or italics. This font doesn't have it. Or I can go over here and say I didn't really like that font. I can click this arrow over here and choose whichever font I like. So let's say I like that one better. It's a better font for me. Then I can click this, move it over. So I can either adjust the size by going here and clicking the size I want, or I can just click this box and drag it. Clearly, just quickly updates it, takes the side, and makes the title as big as I would want it without actually having to type in the size of the font. So then I'll go over here and say this is Pastor's preaching, so Pastor Guerrero. And same here, same as formatting the title, I can do various things. I can change the font, change the size, make it bold, make it unbold. Depends on the font, you can change whether it's bold or italics. Then we have colors. Come in here and change the color we like. And then there's a button over here called transparency. So sometimes we want to take that and reduce how transparent it is. So this is a pretty cool option too. Another thing, you can format it to one side, left-hand side, left-hand side, right-hand side, or center, or you can add bullets if you like. Don't really like that, so just double click click until you get back to normal. You can adjust the spacing, the letter, the line heights, a lot of features here that aren't really necessary, but just so you guys know what's in there, gives you a really vast opportunity to adjust. So let's say we like this, we like the way this looks, we like the way that this is formatted. We can also, if you ever have an issue where all of a sudden, this Jesus Saves, this black text isn't really showing well next to the background, to something I've been doing is going to Elements, which allows me to click shapes. So I can click a shape, put in a square, and it's really nice because it's a little bit forward thinking, realizing the colors that are already on the page and maybe what colors aren't really being used. And I bring in a box that is actually the color that is less being used, so it kind of matches the page. I come in here, I get that box nice on top, under the words. You can also right click these and say bring forward, bring to front, similar to like a PowerPoint or Microsoft Word. And you can also, so if this box comes in on top of the words, you can adjust it as such. Same thing here, transparency, so I can come in and click the box, click the transparency icon, I can bring this down so it looks a little bit kind of cool. Nice background, nice title. So another feature, so there's all kinds of shapes and sizes and different opportunities, depending on what you like. But that's kind of it for this. If you ever want to duplicate this page, for whatever reason you want to take the way this is formatted, you can click this double page here. It says duplicate, takes the same page up here, makes another copy, and then you can adjust as such. And then there's obviously a trash can here, so I'm going to go ahead and delete this one. But that's kind of the way we would set up a title for our preaching. Then what we want to do is click over here to downloads. We want to make sure PNG is selected. It's always selected when you click create a desktop background from the beginning. We'll want to click download. So similar to the zip file and the previous things we downloaded, it'll show up down here on the bottom left. I can click this arrow, go to show folder, or I can just simply go to folder, go to downloads, and you can see right here it just downloaded. So what we want to do is click back to ProPresenter, get that downloads ready, and then we want to click that picture and just drag and drop it right there. So now we've got the slide that we want to display to the church in our bilingual preaching. We'll also want to right click and copy it and bring it into the stream. So when we copy things, you always have to select the slide. There always has to be a slide. You can't right click in this area and paste. So if you're missing a slide, if there's nothing there and you're trying to paste, you'll always have to go here and add a slide so that you can have a slide to paste behind. So that's the way ProPresenter works. So if I take these and I delete them and I end up with nothing here, it won't let me right click and paste. So I'll have to click plus, add a new slide, and then I can right click this and click paste. Here comes the slide in. Now I can click this, I can delete that, and now I've got the slide in the stream and also in the preaching. So pretty cool there. That's kind of the setup for the preaching slide. Next we'll want to go into preaching and we'll want to actually get the Bible. So up here on this ribbon we have a tab called Bible. Click Bible. In here we really only want to focus on this box, this blue box, and this box right here. So this is the version. We have King James, New International Version, New Living Translation, and Reina Valera for the Spanish. And then this is the box where we want to type. So if I want to say Mark chapter 3 verses 2, I can type the verse like that and then just click enter and it should come up. Wait, this is Reina Valera, so we got to make sure we're in the English in order for this to come up. So Mark 3 verse 5, we'll click enter. There you go, it's right here. So that's one option. The other option is to click this arrow and choose the book you like. It's Daniel chapter 5. So let's start at verse 23. Now what happens if I need more than one verse? Well, I'll start there, I'll put the dash, and then I'll put the finishing verse. So let's say verse 26 is the final. So Daniel 23 through 26. Press enter. It all comes up. So what I want to do here is click the first slide, hold shift, click the last slide, right click, copy. There's only one option, copy. Now you can go back into preachings and click this if you like, or you can just go back and click show. Here in show, we want to right click the title slide and we'll click paste. Now all the verses have come in. But hold up a minute, we also need the Spanish. So we'll go back to Bible up here. We'll change from King James to Reina Valera. Here's all the Spanish coming in. So click first slide, hold shift, click the last slide, right click, copy, go back to the show, right click the last slide that you want the scriptures to paste after, click paste, and it comes right in here in Spanish. Pretty cool, pretty neat here. Just pretty well set up. So then now that you updated in preachings, when I go bilingual Sunday service, these are referenced in preaching down here, and they are updated. So I don't have to change them in the playlist. So as long as I update them in the library, it automatically updates in the playlist. Or I can update in the playlist and it'll automatically update the library. So either way, whichever works best for you, do it. So this point, we got to the preaching, and we've got the images brought in here for the title. If there's any other images, say pastor wants to add an ark or something like that, we can go to Google, find an ark, right? Go to Google Images, find an ark. We'll go to images, probably say, well, let's go to tools, make large. So find an ark, say Noah. Right, so here's an image I like. Well, I'll do the same thing here, right click, save image as. I'll go to downloads because I don't want to save it there. Just download it into downloads, save, and then exit out of here, come down, go into the file, find downloads. You'll see Noah's Ark is here. All you do is click, drag, drop. There it is. So that's kind of how we would update the pictures and add them to the stream and also to the preaching. So if we do want to show it in the stream, we'll have to put it in the stream. But if we want to show it in the sanctuary, we'll also want to put it up here in the regular preaching. So remember, we've got to right click the slide that is before it, click paste, shows up right here. So we'll have it in both. We're set up and ready to go. Real quick here. So anytime you click a scripture, it'll update on the screen, and it will update on the live stream. So no need to duplicate scriptures. We do duplicate the images because of this. So the reason we need it in the stream and in the preaching is number one, when we click the stream, we make sure that that image is not only shown here, but it's shown on the stream. So what we'll want to do is click when the preacher says, hey, and here's my title, I'll want to click the stream, right, so that the title shows up on the stream, and then I'll want to click the preaching for the in-service. So the idea here, if you notice how I did that, these layers changed. So now I have something on the announcement layer and I have something on the media layer. So the reason we do this is so that when I clear that sequence of clicking the image on the stream and then clicking the image in the preaching, the moment I click clear here, it disappears from the live stream. So you're not seeing it on the live stream because of the way we set up this camera, but it does disappear on the live stream. So that way someone who's viewing can see the title slide, acknowledge what's being preached, and then we can go back to the service. So you'll want to talk, you'll want to count a couple seconds of having that slide up for people to see. you don't want to annoy people and be like, well, this title slide has been up for like 25 seconds and like I want to get back to the preacher and hear what he has to say. So we want to flash that slide probably about 8 seconds, so count in your head 8 seconds and then click the clear button. So I'll go through that again. We'll clear all. So preacher says his title. We'll click the stream first, then we'll click the preaching, and then we'll go over here and click clear announcements. So not clear all, we want to clear just the announcements. The one that has a megaphone, as soon as you clear that, it disappears from the live stream but stays on the church screens. And that way the people online can see what you're doing, but it also doesn't become everything they see. So they'll see it for a couple seconds and then we'll jump off and go back to the preacher. God bless you. Hope this helped. Stay safe.